Do you love counting? Because this endgame involves counting and calculation. White to move and win. Even though White has 2 points against one miss will lead to a draw game. So you need to count. As you can see, the only piece to move for black is the king, and the only good square is the a8 square. This king cannot move to c7, c8 or c7 because obviously the king will just capture the a7 and a clear win for white. Now, if you excitedly move the pawn b2 to b4, well, that is blunder. I mentioned earlier, it involves counting. So we have to count king to a8, b5, king to b8, b6, a capture, king a8. Now, the black piece is the one opposing the white king, and it is a draw game. How? If pawn will move b7, king to b8, and obviously, this is a draw. Even, for example, the king will move here, move up. You only have to do is to understand this kind of endgame pattern and you will draw the game. And I have the same lessons. You can check one of my endgame lessons. So, moving the king is not the best move also because king b7, opposition, let's say b3 for a timing, king to c7. Okay, king c5 for opposition, king to d7, and this king cannot go to b6, obviously, because of the a7 pawn, b4, and now going back, king to c7, b5, king to c8. That's okay, king to c6, opposition, king to b8, and what white would do here? Let's say a6, and king a8, and what will you do? If you gotta move here, obviously, this is a draw. Let's not move the a6. That is very illogical move. Instead, let's go b6. So a takes b6, a takes b6, king to c8. Same idea that we had earlier. Opposition and okay. So the only good move to win this kind of position in endgame is b3. Why? Because the counting of the king move is precise and exact to win the game. For example, king a8, b5, move here, king a8, b6. So you have to capture, and now the king moves to b8 and not opposing the white king. So the pawn is ready to push and cannot go to a8. Obviously, that's illegal. So you have to go here and a win.